As cannabis becomes increasingly legalized, the conversation surrounding its effects is shifting. While it's not just being implied that cannabis is safe, many people are now actively discussing its benefits. However, this discussion often overlooks the potential negative effects of cannabis use. I acknowledge that this perspective may be met with resistance, particularly from those who have fought tirelessly for cannabis legalization. I also recognize the proven benefits of cannabis for adults who use it occasionally and in a controlled manner. It's essential to have a balanced conversation about cannabis, acknowledging both its benefits and drawbacks. This will ensure that users are well informed and can make responsible choices. Research has unequivocally shown that brain development continues until at least age 25. During this period, crucial systems related to mood regulation, executive function, and cognitive processes mature. These systems enable individuals to organize their thoughts, plan, and execute tasks, essential skills for becoming a functional adult. However, it is equally clear that cannabis, particularly THC, significantly disrupts these developmental processes. Chronic cannabis use has been consistently linked to an increased risk of developing psychosis and other psychiatric conditions. A key study on this topic yields two critical takeaways. 1. Chronic cannabis use, more than twice a week, is strongly associated with mental health disorders. 2. The continuous use of cannabis significantly impacts the later development of psychosis and other psychiatric conditions, particularly schizophrenia and bipolar-like episodes. Bipolar disorder and schizophrenia have a significant genetic component. Research shows that if you have a first-degree relative with bipolar disorder, you're 30 times more likely to develop the condition. However, genetic predisposition isn't the only factor at play. Cannabis use, particularly during adolescence and young adulthood, up to age 25, can significantly increase the risk of psychosis. Specifically, for individuals with a predisposition to bipolar disorder or schizophrenia, using cannabis during this critical developmental period raises the risk of psychosis by 4 times. Despite these findings, the link between cannabis use and mental health risks is often overlooked in media discussions. Moreover, research suggests that the higher the THC concentration in cannabis, the greater the likelihood of developing psychosis, major depressive episodes, or major anxiety disorders later in life. The rising potency of cannabis strains is alarming, as it directly correlates with an increased risk of psychosis. This trend is likely to continue unless measures are taken to reduce cannabis use, especially among adolescents and young adults. Ideally, abstaining from cannabis use or reducing frequency and potency, particularly during adolescence and young adulthood, ages 16 to 25, is crucial. However, statistics indicate that this age group has the highest incidence of new cannabis users, with the majority starting between ages 16 to 24. Many young cannabis users appear to be functioning normally in other areas of life, such as being students or employed. However, they are twice as likely to start using cannabis as their peers. The widespread perception that cannabis is relatively harmless, even potentially beneficial, is perpetuated by media coverage, celebrity endorsements, and public figures. This narrative creates a false sense of security among young people, leading them to adopt and continue cannabis use without realizing the severe health consequences that may await them in the future.